What is up? I love basketball TV. It's Coach Ryan Razooky, and today we are talking about how to get by your defender and the reasons why you might struggle to do so. Let's get into it. Now, the three and most important things is going to be your change of speeds, your change of levels of height, and then of course your footwork. So the first one, you have to be able to play slow and fast. Anytime that you're dribbling, you have to be able to relax, but then you also have to be able to speed up and hit the moves to make your defender react. And at any moment be able to accelerate and then decelerate. The next thing is changing your levels of height. And so as a player, if you can stand up tall, your defender will most likely mirror that and also stand up tall, which will then give you leverage to attack and get low. And if you're low, it'll also give you leverage to rise into a shot. Because again, your defense typically mirrors your stance. And so if you're standing up tall and lazy, they're gonna stand up tall and lazy. If you're low and ready to attack, they're low and prepared to defend. So changing speeds and changing your levels of height. Lastly is the footwork, and probably one of the most important here, because oftentimes players will skip after making the move to attack. Nothing wrong with a skip, nothing wrong with a float, but when I hit that move and I'm ready to go and I'm ready to blow by, that skip right there is gonna kill you. And it has to be, boom, run. And you must be able to take your next step. This is a problem that I used to deal with when I was younger. When I crossed over, it'd be cross, and then I kind of skip my feet, and I couldn't really go where I needed to, versus cross and run and gonna get to the next spot. Because now I can quickly pull up, change directions, or drive and drop my shoulder when I need to. So working on our change of speeds, the first and most important thing you need to do is start to dribble slow. So as my defender's guarding me, I'll relax, I'll start slow. When I'm ready to change my speeds, I'm gonna be quick, and I want him to react on that one because he's relaxed, he's not ready to be in attack mode, but the moment I hit that first move, he shifts that way and then I'm gone, right? But being able to make him relax is gonna help me. But the second way we wanna change our speeds is that as I attack and blow past him, as he recovers, I can quickly decelerate. So as I attack, I can quickly decelerate, move back, create that distance, and then every time he has to close that distance and get back, that gives me another opportunity to stand up and then get low, and stand up and get low. So here's your best example of starting slow and standing tall. And then as I drive, I go quick and low, snatch it, I stand back up, this is my opportunity to shoot, or he closes out, and then I drop low and get past him. But anytime that I can stand up and get low, I force him to make a read, force him to change his stance, and allow me to take the angles I need to the basket. Best way for you to work on it is slow dribbles into pounds. So slow, and then pound it as hard as you can until you lose it. And until you can no longer lose it, and do every move extremely hard and extremely fast, and you'll never lose it again. That will help you with your change of speeds. But play with pace, and then play quickly, and then play with pace, and then play quickly. Now next is the footwork. So let's say that I try to blow by with an in-out through the legs. Here's the common way that somebody would do it wrong. So if he's defending, and I'm attacking this way, and I'm going in-out through, a lot of people will go in-out through, do a little skip, and then try to blow by. But during that skip, even if I shifted him on the in-out, he can now recover. So if I get him to shift this way on the in-out, and he steps a little bit over, I'm through the legs, skip, he's recovered. I lost my opportunity. But if I can shift him on the in-out, boom, boom, and then run through my next steps, I get to drop my shoulder past his hip, and I don't waste a step there. So I could be 1, 2, and now look where my shoulder is past his hip versus having to get this skip, lose my leverage, and I don't get that opportunity to drive. The same thing happens with a crossover. So if I hit him with this cross and I skip, that's his opportunity to recover, and I can't get where I need to. But if I'm able to cross and then run and keep moving with my next steps, I can get to my spots. And even if he recovers, he's turning his body to recover, not sliding. So let's say that I cross and he has to run to beat me, and now I can quickly pull up and he'll keep running. I can snatch it and he'll keep running, or I can cut him off and finish at the basket. But if I'm here and skip, that's his opportunity to recover. There's a time and a place, but when I'm ready to make that move to go, I better run off of it. So the best way for you to work on this is if you have a partner or you don't have a partner, I want you to come down and start with your through the legs. So come down, let's say we're going left hand, we're gonna come down and go through the legs, boom, boom, and explode, and make sure that you get that foot across. You notice 1, it was slow, 2, I was standing up, and 3, I got the footwork right. But as I made the move, it sped up and I dropped low. So I was able to change all three things, right? So I'm standing up, it's slow, I drop down, change my speeds, and get that footwork right. So I'm able to run across, get that left foot here, boom, here, without taking that extra skip. And if you notice that you can't do it and that you're getting into this, any sort of extra skip at all, work on it. Break it down, try it again. If I'm going the other way, it's the same thing. I get to here, put it through, and explode, get that foot across, run, finish your layup all the way at the basket. Make sure that you stand tall, you get low, boom, change your speeds, and finish. But those three things have to happen. And so now if we get into our crossover and we want to beat somebody off that cross, let's say I'm right hand dribble, and we come down on the cross, I need to sell, and then run. And if you notice any skips there, and that you do this, that's an issue, right? You don't want to skip your feet. Make sure that you're running. Stand up tall, drop, and run. Get that foot across, no skips. One more time, showing you a good example. I'll come at you here, so left hand, shift, boom, and run. Get that foot across. So now that you're able to blow past the defender, it's about what you do when you are in front of them. Number one, take a good angle to the rim. Number two, have different finishing options. So let's say I'm working on my in-out between and I'm able to run through it. So drop, speed change, run through this one. One, I could extend this. But if he's going for the block from the back, now I gotta have more finishing options, maybe have this inside hand finish, maybe have a reverse finish. So as you work on your game, you have to make it 3 in a row, right hand, inside hand, and then reverse. It's a great way to practice finishing against an on-ball defender. So I hit my move, drop, attack. Number one, right hand finish. Number two, inside hand finish. So now he's gonna try to block the right hand from behind. So as I attack, I'm here, boom. He tries to block this layup, so I sneak it inside with the left. Another option, of course, is I can just get here and reverse that one, get into the other side. So as I drive past him, he tries to come here and block it from the back. I'll reverse this and extend it to the other side. But step one is that none of this matters until you can get this part right, until you can change your speeds from slow to quick and from high to low. I run through it and then I cut him off. Too often players run outside and try to round off that defense instead of cutting him off. So let's make sure we hit our move and we cut off and get low in the most straight line that we can get to that basket. So our options again are gonna be same hand on this left hand, left side finish, sneak it inside, and then reverse. So I'm driving this way now. I can hit any move. So let's say I'm 1, 2, left hand layup. Then next time he goes to block that, I want that inside hand layup, giving me more options. And you notice that my angles are amazing, as straight as possible. 1, 2, sneak that inside. So on this last one, we come down, stand up tall, we drop low, change speeds, boom, boom, run through it, and then reverse. Now a key bonus here is that once I make my moves, typically a player will put one arm on you. So this arm will normally be here. Now two things will happen. One, this is here, doesn't really stop me. But two, it may stop me. Or even three, it might trap my arm behind me. And so I never want to have to dribble with an arm hanging from the back like this, or allowing him to guard me with just this arm. Maybe you'll get a hand check, but maybe the refs won't call it and allow it to happen. So once I make that move and he's trying to stop me, he couldn't shuffle his feet in time, so he's trying to stop me with his hands. Get a little bit of extra time to recover. I'll make this move, he puts the hand there. I now have to be able to take this hand, swipe that off, and then continue running. And when you watch guys like Kyrie, he does such an incredible job. Even Chris Paul, Steph Curry making their moves, boom, boom, they drive. And at any moment that the defense puts a hand on them, it's immediately off. They pin with that arm to finish. They use that hand to take their hands off, but is never doing nothing at all. So as I drive, I'm making my moves. I drop down. He tries to hold me off. I take that hand off. He tries to hold me off. I'm taking that hand off every single time. No matter what he does to put that hand to hold me back, I'm not going to allow that to happen. And then even when I get all the way to the rim, because offense has advantage, I could even use this hand to pin him and then extend and finish my layup. But you see my angles are so straight to the basket, I'm not running around and running out of options to have to throw this up. I'm underneath the rim to get this, and if he cuts that off, I have this, and if there's help side, I can pass to anywhere that I need to. Now lastly, let's say that we change our speeds, we change our levels of height, we do everything right, but the defense just does an amazing job of cutting me off. So I'm gonna go 1 and 2, and I'm driving and I'm running through this one, right? Because I got my footwork right, you see this foot coming across, so it's gonna be boom, he can go ahead and cut that off, but now this is my pull-up or my quick change of speeds, right? Or my change of directions. But once I hit that move, all right, I could be 1, stand tall, drop low, 1, 2, and quickly change directions if you see that he's cutting that off. And all of that has to do with footwork, because you see me driving forward. Like I mentioned earlier with that skip, if I had gone 1, 2, and skipped, I'm not a threat to drive, so he's not a threat to go ahead and cut that off. He's just trying to stay in front of me there, but not have to run and sprint to cut me off. If I'm 1, 2, skip, all he's got to do is just stay in front of me. But if I'm 1, 2, run, now he's really trying to recover, and that opens up my next options there. So it's all about how you can turn their hips. The lower I am, the more that helps. The more I can get my hand in front with my offhand, the more that helps. Because I want to be here, taking this angle, not skipping into this angle.